Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Agnes. I make videos about habit building, a little bit of productivity, data science. Let's get into the video. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I think my last upload was about 2 months ago. So I'm in the middle of a relocation. I'll be in Kochi for like a few more weeks, so there are a lot of things to take care of. That's why I have been MIA. I'll share more details in a different video. In this video, I'll be going through the comments that I have gotten so far. I'll try to answer it. So most of them are related to data science. I think all of them are related to data science. So I'm hoping it would help you in some way. So let's get started with the video. I have a habit of just recording my content ideas in a Notion template, but I after taking a break for 2 months, I just lost touch and I was confused about which topic to cover. More videos will be coming soon regarding job hunt. I already revamped my resume and I'm actively looking for a job. So I'll make a separate video about it. So there's a lot to share. We don't have a lot of comments on this channel. We don't have that much engagement. I'm not gonna read each questions. I'm just going to group questions into separate categories and I'm just gonna talk about it. I'll be sharing my experience. So one common question that I get is I want to learn data science and I started learning from online resources. I feel lost. This is the third time I'm recording this clip. For some reason, my mic is not picking up when I'm recording answer to this question. So the question is basically somebody had started learning data science. After a while, they feel like they feel lost, they are confused, they feel like they can't do it. So when you're learning a technical subject, it's a natural curve. You'll definitely feel it. I've been there. Everybody who has learned technical topics has been there. That's what I have to say. My train of thought is that it's just a matter of figuring out how to do it. I'm very analytical in that way. So that's my suggestion. Also, your interest matters. But another thing is when you keep doing something and you pass that difficult stage, you'll get a lot of validation. You will naturally get interested in what are you're doing. I have this core childhood memory. When I was really small, I it was really difficult for my parents to send me to preschool. I wouldn't go, I would cry, I wouldn't study anything. I was so adamant on staying at home. I wouldn't learn alphabets. After a while there was a competition. In that competition I got a prize, and once you experience how it feels to win, it's a different feeling and you will get a new kind of motivation to do it. That's why I say build things when you start learning something technical. Once you see that your code is working, it will give you a different kind of motivation. Solve the problems you are interested in, place yourself in such a way, build a community. I think that's way more important. Imposters, and everybody has imposter syndrome. I have so much imposter syndrome, and everybody has their flaws and strengths. So and we can learn. We are human beings and we can learn. That's my train of thought regarding this question. If you have no interest in technical things or STEM subjects, math, nothing, if you never had any interest, then probably data science is not for you. Otherwise you will enjoy it. Fitting into corporate culture, working in tech, this is a different story. So that depends on your personal preference and the life you want to design. That's all I have to say about this topic. Let's move on to the next question. So another similar comment is, what are the chances of getting an interview call as a fresher? To be very honest, it's really difficult to get an interview call as a fresher or as a junior data scientist. Am I on Instagram? I'm not active on Instagram. I do have an account is linked in my profile. I was planning to post content on Instagram, but the thing is I don't use Instagram. I have my Instagram locked on my phone. I just because it's such a time killer for me. I cannot comprehend the time that I spend scrolling on Instagram. So I use digital well-being to lock Instagram. If even if I'm using Instagram for something, or probably on weekend, I would set like 10 minutes, and when the time is over it would close automatically. So if you have a habit of wasting a lot of time scrolling on Instagram or YouTube shorts or TikTok, I mean we don't have TikTok in India, use digital well-being. I might start posting useful content on Instagram. This is a comment from 1 year ago. Somebody had quit their job and decided to become a data scientist. It's been 4 months. Even though they are a PHP developer, they feel terrible. The transition is really hard. I get that. Okay, now they are regretting the fact that they quit their job. Yeah, I can relate. It's a weird feeling following a very unfortunate incident. The discussion about work life balance is everywhere. It's really difficult to study something and do a full time job, especially in India. I understand that. I am going to be practical here. Make sure you have a backup, some financial stability before quitting your job and pursuing something new just to get by. Otherwise you'll probably struggle to survive, and you wouldn't be able to study because you don't have any focus. If you're planning to study data science, do take a few courses during weekends or something, because you may not like data science. It's not, even if you are a developer, we are different people, so we have different interests and different types of brain. You have to test the waters before jumping in. If you already jumped in, focus and make a plan, stick to the plan, get out of the comfort zone, keep your imposter syndrome away, follow the plan. Consistency is the key. I'm an MCA student. What should I do to get this type of job? This is a comment in one of my vlogs where I was working from home from my parents' house. That was during COVID. Then I had to go back to office 5 days a week. So that was not permanent. You can find companies that will align with your lifestyle, definitely. Basically, every knowledge work is like that. If you're a developer, data scientist, you can work remotely technically, study something technical. That's, you may or may not like it. Try both, working from office, try working on a hybrid mode, working from home. If you're replacing your commute time with more work, then there is no point. That's my opinion. Work life balance is a necessity, and you have to enforce your own boundaries. It's a very complicated topic, because I understand that this comes from a lot of privilege when I say that you have to enforce your own boundaries. I mean, it may not be possible for everyone. I understand that. Your health is very, very important. If you lose your health, then your focus would be to gain that back. Trust me. So, figure out a balance. Try to build a supportive community. Do set your boundaries, self reflect, and figure out your values. Yeah, that's what I have to say. We all go through different phases of life. There are phases of, but try to, build a balance for yourself. Figure out what works for you. Maybe we will talk about, I mean, I do have a few habits that I built over the years since I have started working full time to keep me healthy and keep me sane. So we will probably talk about this in a different video. It's one of my pending topics, work life balance. Let's see. Which is better, data science or full stack development? My spouse is a developer. It depends on your interest. Recently, we have been seeing a new role like full stack data scientist, which is everything into one role. A lot of smaller companies are hiring for, I mean, I've seen job postings for this role. You are required to learn some web development with backend development and modeling, data science stuff. I mean, a lot of roles are melting into one. I have read an article recently. I'll probably link it in the description. Let me note it down. Otherwise, I'll forget. Let me note down. So I'm supposed to link study tips, technical topics. Also, I'll be linking full stack data scientist. But according to my experience, in an organization, there will always be more software engineers than data scientists. Definitely. In my last team, there were like almost 20 or 15 to 20 developers and 2 to 3 data scientists. So the ratio is a little bit different. It depends. It depends on the, if you're already a software engineer, learning data science, learning the fundamentals of modeling, machine learning, if you're interested in it, do it on your free time. It will definitely boost your career. If you're switching to data science from a different industry, then it would be difficult to pick up software engineering right away, but you can do it. Every lot of people are doing it. You can definitely do it. I've seen people doing it. Try both. Stick to what interests you. Somebody is asking whether I am able to work in industry because I have one gap year. That's okay. I have a lot of gap years. I have a gap between my bachelor's and master's. I mean, for me personally, gap has never been a problem. But some companies won't let you sit in placements if you have more than 2 years of gap. So people would have gap if you have taken entrance training, I mean entrance coaching. I don't know. It has never been a problem for me because the gap I took was intentional. It's how you explain it, and it's important that you stay in touch with the technologies that you are supposed to know. So that's okay. I mean, you can always get a job. You don't worry about it. I mean, it's in the past. You don't be able to fix it right now anyway. If you lost your job and you are, and if you lost your job and you are uncertain about whether the gap would affect your career, you can always volunteer, you can do projects, you can stay in touch with the technology. I have almost an year gap between my bachelor's and master's. Then after my master's, even though I already had a job offer, it took me 5 months to join. So technically, I have a gap there. Then between my first role and last role, I have 5 months gap. Then between my last role and right now, I have like almost 1 year gap, which was not that intentional. It was kind of unavoidable at the moment. Things happen in life. It's how you explain it and how you utilize the time that you got in a productive way, in a way that would help your career. So that's okay. How to get internships when you have no prior experience? You just talk to people you know, talk to decision makers in companies, follow companies, build a really good LinkedIn profile, interact with their content. I mean, show your work. I'll link that book in the description, which is really good book for people. I mean, I'm not perfect in this area because I've been planning to post content on LinkedIn for like few months. It was always on my mind, but I'm still not I haven't done it yet. So if you're still a student, you still have a lot of time. Connect with people when you're free. Connect with companies. They won't judge you as you think they might. How important is data structures and algorithms in a data science career? Depends on your role. If you're more into a experimental design role, more into reporting, then DSA is not that important, I would say. But there are some companies would ask DSA for data science questions. So far, in my experience, I have done a comprehensive video about my interview experience, which I will link here. So far I have not experienced any DSA questions in interviews, but it does happen. But it's not that common. That doesn't mean you have to skip DSA altogether. DSA is this beast in computer science, but if you when you learn computer science for the first time, it's one of the basic subjects. So it's always better to have a fundamental idea of DSA. So don't be afraid of it. Also, don't worry about. Okay, so I've already responded to this question back then. So the I said it's pretty important if you work in the experience. I mean, in the engineering side of data science, and the person asked, "What's that mean? What does that mean?" I said, if you are more towards the analytical side, you design experiments, get insights, communicate with the business team, provide business insights, then you may not need DSA that much. But if you are in a product role, like if you build models, deploy them, it happens. A lot of companies, I mean, I am a lot of times I feel like I'm more of a machine learning engineer. So if you are in that role, you might need DSA. Job descriptions do vary a lot. How much math is important for data science? In order to understand the algorithms and concepts, you do need some basics of math. I'll link the course below. There's a really good course on Coursera. I think it's free. It covers all the fundamentals. Then you might ask, what's the need for understanding all the fundamental math? Is that necessary? It's always beneficial before deciding, which model to pick for a problem. But the math that is required for data science is not the hardest math. I've done mechanical engineering. Can I switch to data science? Oh, sure, you can. I personally know somebody who has done it, and he even completed his master's in data science. After completing his bachelor's in mechanical engineering, he wrote GATE for computer science. So it's possible. It's definitely possible. Do you think an undergrad in data science is worth it? Yeah, it's beneficial. You might get to meet companies that focus on data science. I've personally known someone who has completed a master's in data analytics, and the companies they were bringing to their college were all analytics companies. So yeah, it has its benefits, but you don't necessarily have to do it in data science. You can just, a lot of people are doing data analytics, Google data analytics certificate. Will it help? It might help, but certification doesn't, guarantee you a job. Neither do a degree or masters. It's up to you to, try out different things, connect with people, and build stuff and publish your work, get some eyes on your work, build, a good community. Those are the fundamentals. So a degree or a certification does not guarantee you anything anymore. What is my qualification? So I have a master's in specifically in computer and information science, not data science. I mean, it was basically data science because the courses I took were, I took AI, I took DSA for my master's again. I took neural networks, bioinformatics, big data, what else? Machine learning, probabilistic graphical models. Those were the subjects I took. So my fundamentals became really strong. Are you applying for foreign universities? This is because I had published a video about giving IELTS. No, I did that to apply for immigration. We did that like 2 years ago, and now the paperwork is all complete. Along with my spouse, it was one of our combined goals. It's about time that we move. That's an update. What's your LinkedIn ID? Let me see. Let me see if I have connected my LinkedIn. We are in the very first month of. I have to change this video because I lost 3 subscribers in past 2 months because I was not uploading consistently. I know, but I got really overwhelmed with the amount of things I have to complete before like doing a move. There's the life part. You have to do a lot of admin tasks before moving. This we have to clean up this apartment, which we were planning to do like a year ago. Since there was no fixed date for moving, we didn't do it. Just got procrastinated to this far, and we couldn't do it because we have a lot of things that things that we use here. So we don't live with our parents. It's just me and my husband. We have to do a lot of things on our own, just life admin tasks, clean up this flat, find a place to live. So many things on my mind. And have you heard the story about this robot which was on Mars or Moon? I think. This robot got ADHD from trying to do a lot of things. That was me for like 2 months. I will definitely, I have done it. I mean, I had shared my last resume on this channel. I've done a lot of edits to my resume, so I'll definitely be putting up a video on that. This is like a chit chat video. I didn't plan this video. This was just a spontaneous idea, but I think this was useful. Also, I mean, if you're a beginner or a student, I am a junior data scientist, so it wouldn't, I mean, if you're already an experienced professional in the data science game, do share your thoughts in the comments. I want this to be like a healthy discussion. Let's build a community where we can share valuable things. If my LinkedIn is not linked in my profile, I'll definitely link it there. Let me see. Oh, it's not linked. I'll link it there. Did you guys do a lot of shopping during the big billion days? I did a bunch of shopping when I was away from YouTube. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. This was such a spontaneous video. We'll be back very soon making a lot of videos. I am working on a long story type vlog. Different stages in my job hunt, things that I changed, a few incidents from last month, things like that. I'll be publishing it soon, probably after this video. That's all for today's video. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Stay curious. Be consistent with your studies.